Hello everyone, this is Ron Ianieri of the Investitute with another one of Ron's Rants. Today's rant's a little more about what's going on in the market. Obviously, this historic, unprecedented election really stirred some things up in the market, and it's got a lot of people confused. But if you use what I like to call the Colombo Technique and go back and look at what happened and then try to provide yourself an answer to what happened, you can quite often find out what's going on and then use that to your advantage going forward. Very simply put, not difficult at all, is the fact that what we have is a little bit of a rotation going on. And this kind of all started due to the fact that there was a confusion created by a situation prior to the election. Remember a couple days ago, before the election, when basically Hillary was not exactly exonerated by the FBI, but at least the FBI kind of took the whole prosecution thing off the table, kind of to let her run for president without being ambushed. Well, basically, what happened there was the market took off, and everybody thought, oh, see, the market's pro-Hillary. In actuality, the market is not pro-Hillary. The market is not pro-Trump. The market's not pro-anything. What the market is against uncertainty. The reason the market responded positively is because the uncertainty of that prosecution and what it could do to the election was now removed. That is what made the market happy, not Hillary. Now, you could also make the argument that, well, in a sense, Hillary brings less uncertainty than Donald does. That would also be true. That doesn't mean, though, the market likes Hillary. It just meant that the market doesn't like uncertainty. So the moment that everybody saw Trump starting to win, what happened? The market got smashed in the overnight futures. Down at 800 at one point. But what the market wasn't understanding at that moment in time was that another uncertainty has been removed. And that is the uncertainty to who's going to win the election. Remember, the market would rather have bad definitive news than to have better news that's just not locked down yet. The market would rather see a company lose $75 million definitely right now than to maybe lose somewhere between 40 and 55. Not real sure which one. They'd rather have 75 than a definite number. I know it seems ridiculous, but it's the uncertainty that's the key. So the read was FBI gets off Hillary's back. Market runs up, market's pro-Hillary. Wall Street wants Hillary. No, Wall Street wants certainty. And that FBI investigation was bringing a big cloud over the election. Boom, that cloud's removed. Hillary also allowed, potentially, for a little bit of a less of a transition for the market. We kind of know that Hillary's kind of going to do what Obama kind of did with the Democratic Party. Just the way he was answerable to the Democratic Party and they want certain things done a certain way, so is Hillary. But all of this conspired to fool people into the market is pro-Hillary and anti-Trump. That's why we're seeing what we're seeing now. That's why we got the big rally. It was never a Hillary-Trump thing. It was an uncertainty thing. And each successive piece of uncertainty that got settled allowed for the market to rally. That's what happened there. And now what's going on is that now we're starting to get a rotation. Dow up big. NASDAQ down today. That's very rare that when you have the Dow up a 1.25% and the NASDAQ down, 1% or a little less than 1%. That's very rare. Very rare. What it is a rotation. They're rotating out of those Democratic Hillary type stocks that Obama obviously aided, and they're moving into the Trump stocks. Another reason why the market probably didn't crash is, did you see the VIX before the election? Market hasn't even moved yet, and the VIX was at 22. That's sell-off area. The market should have sold off. When the VIX is 22, we're normally looking at a pretty good market sell-off. We didn't have one, but we were anticipating one so much that so many people got so ready for it, it never happened. Mark Cuban was on TV just the other day, before the election, saying that he put on the absolute biggest hedge in his entire life ahead of the election. Everyone was ready for a potential market crash. We've been hearing all the fund managers for 2 weeks now. If Trump wins, look for a market crash. Global markets are going to crash. Everybody's going to crash. It's going to be a crash. Guess what? By doing that, you got so many people ready for it that there couldn't be a crash. Crashes don't happen when the VIX is already at 22. It's at 22 because everybody's buying protection. If everybody's protected, then the crash is never going to happen. When does the crash happen? Is when everybody calms down, everybody gets complacent, the VIX drops back down around 12. That's when it happens. In a couple weeks. After everybody goes, wow, boy, dodge that one. I thought Trump, was going to go ahead and, create a major crash. And actually the market kind of likes it. Wow, it really surprised me. And the moment everybody does that and says, no need for all this protection anymore, let me sell out of it before it all decays away. Soon as they do that, that's when we can start talking about a crash. So, market is not pro-Hillary, pro-Trump. It has no idea, and it doesn't care. It just wants some certainty, some predictability, not necessarily Hillary or Trump. It's got Trump now. It knows what Trump likes. It's now going ahead and doing a rotation into Trump stocks, out of the Democratic stocks that Hillary would have probably liked. That's why the biotechs are screaming higher. Because with Trump in office instead of Hillary, Hillary can't go after the biotechs the way she said she was. That's why infrastructure stocks and energy stocks are flying. Because Trump's all about that stuff. Once the rotation is done and we have reevaluated the market and the VIX drops because we become complacent and we get down around a 12 11 VIX. That's when we know the real sell-off is imminent. Keep that in mind. You heard it here first. Hope everybody survived the election. I know our guys did really well. Congrats to a lot of our traders. We were in the biotechs early and scored in them. Nice job. We had some diamonds on. Another nice job. I look forward to talking to you next time on another one of Ron's Rants.